The year is 1978. An indie film with a budget of just a little over $300,000, directed by a man who you might be familiar with named John Carpenter, and co-written/produced by the late Deborah Hill, is released on the 25th of October across the United States. This movie is called Halloween. It tells the story of a man named Michael Myers who murdered his sister when he was just 6 years old on Halloween night. 15 years after this event, after being admitted to a sanitarium, he breaks out and returns to his hometown where he stalks a babysitter and her friends. This movie became one of the most successful indie movies of all time, grossing over $70 million, and is now considered to be one of the most influential horror movies ever made. Fast forward to the 21st century, and the legacy of Michael Myers in the Halloween franchise has been reduced to a few mediocre sequels, and Myers moonwalking to Michael Jackson songs in a shitty asymmetrical horror game infamous for being, well, shit. I've played a bit of Dead by Daylight. I mean, if you want to see for yourself, you can look at a lot of my older videos. But was this a willing choice I was happy making? Dead by Daylight is an online asymmetrical horror game which, at the time, was a very niche and unsaturated genre of video game. There are 4 survivors and 1 killer. The survivors repair 5 generators to open 2 exit gates to escape, and the killer tries to stop them by killing and sacrificing them to the entity. Both sides have unique perks, with the survivors having access to items like toolboxes or medkits to help them, and killers each having special abilities to help them, do their job. Dead by Daylight took the horror game world by storm, and has stayed popular because of its constant updates from the developers and, of course, its use of popular horror IPs in its game. If Smash is the greatest video game crossover ever, then Dead by Daylight is the greatest horror crossover ever. Stranger Things, Halloween, Scream, Silent Hill, Nightmare on Elm Street, Resident Evil twice, Saw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Ring, even Attack on Titan, and God damn! That wasn't even the whole list of the legendary cast of characters Behavior Entertainment have somehow managed to put together alongside their own creepy killers they've made themselves, which honestly are usually pretty awesome. Behavior aren't messing around when it comes to trying to make this game something special, and it's clearly paid off. I mean, they've become the standard for online horror games, especially asymmetrical horrors, which as of recent times have had no shortage of different developers attempting to create something. When you think of horror games, you think of Dead by Daylight. But of course, this game is extremely flawed. First of all, my god is this game tedious. Out of the 700 hours I've wasted playing Dead by Daylight, I am not even joking, nearly half of that was spent holding left click on a generator and every once in a while pressing the skill check button at the right time. This shit is so boring, but you have to do it to escape as a survivor. The craziest part about it all is that survivors do the gens too fast, forcing the killer to run brain-dead perk builds to slow the game down even further. Sorry. To slow the game down even further than it already is. Look, there are some great aspects of DBD. The incredible diversity of playstyles that each killer provides. You can sneak up on your prey as Ghostface, you can bounce around the map at incredible speeds as the Blight, or throw knives at survivors as a K-pop idol. Maybe you want to literally phase through walls as the nurse, or be annoying. There are so many different options and abilities you can use, and that doesn't even include the different perks and add-ons that you can utilize to change the way you approach a match. Using these different perks and add-ons to synergize together with the killer that you're playing, or items you're using as a survivor, can be so invigorating. When you're playing with friends, that is. And yes, the idea on paper seems pretty fun, but it's the execution that really matters. And that execution is not always perfect. I talked briefly about how tedious Dead by Daylight was before, but I didn't even begin to dive into how dependent this game is on grinding. If you don't want to spend money on this game, then have fun wasting away grinding every second to unlock that killer you really want to try out. One that you might not even like because you've never tried it out before. Oh, and by the way, that only applies to unlicensed killers. If you want to unlock Leatherface and facecamp every survivor you kill, you're gonna have to pay. And hey, if you do want to spend money, that's fine, go ahead. Each paid DLC costs around $10 for a survivor and a killer, which isn't really that bad when you think about how much Behavior must need to pay these huge companies for the rights to have their iconic characters in the game. Do you want to know what is absurd though? The price for cosmetic items. Because if you thought the characters were overpriced, oh boy, are you gonna love the cosmetics. $15 for a very rare skin is fucking insane behavior. I just want to see David's cute nips, but you're making me pay $15 just to play as Eren Yeager? Sorry, Dwight cosplaying as Eren Yeager. Oh, but you can just grind and get iridescent shards. Then you can get the skins for free. Does 21,600 iridescent shards sound like free to you? Let's see. The devs once said that it takes around 25 to 30 hours to unlock one character, which are each 9,000 shards. Okay, that's great. But I want to get the Princess Heart cosplay for Feng Min. A very rare cosmetic set costs 21,600 shards, as mentioned before. And this Redditor said that you roughly earn 1 shard every 14 experience points. That means it takes around 300,000 experience points to unlock the Princess Heart cosplay, or 91.5 hours of gameplay. That's 549 games of Dead by Daylight. Right. I forgot to mention that Feng Min is a DLC character, so add another 9,000 shards on top of the original 21,600, and you get 129.5 hours of Dead by Daylight to unlock Feng Min and the Princess Heart cosplay. Oh, never mind, because you can only buy the Princess Heart cosplay with Auric cells, the paid currency, so it doesn't matter how much you play the game. If you want that dumbass skin, you bet your odds you're spending at least $15. Also, the battle pass is shit. Fuck battle passes in general, actually. And camping and tunneling is fucked. God damn, please, no. Also, graphically, the game is kinda ass. Okay, I'm tired of being negative, though. The game isn't that bad, honestly, I guess. But, like, I don't know. Shut up. 7 out of 10. Whatever. I'm gonna go back to playing it sad face.